We're gonna do like a quick review. It's almost the end of the season, so I'll make sure someone looks at this before we can't look at replays from last season. So that said, I watched this game fast motion. I think your biggest problem is you're just too focused on the tank without thinking through like the matchup, like when it's worth to focus the tank. Yeah. So like it works when you're on this map and you outplay the hog. But then once I switch Orisa, like obviously she's better at focusing hog than hog is at focusing her. Um, and then on Diva, you really needed to be looking for their DPS a lot more and controlling the rest of the fight and kind of let the Orisa do some shit and then go on her when she doesn't have cooldowns. Then you can blow her up. Her armor's a bit low. But we kind of like don't really generate pressure. So rolling out hog classic pick on this map, right? 12 hogs, 1 hole, best game mode. We needed to just be a little closer here. I'm not a hog player, so I can't really tell you the specifics of what you're looking to do. But you do get this hook here, I think. And you see you're really good once you clear the other guys. You see how quickly you just go through these guys, right? Once you clear the tank, right? Look how easy this is. And you're playing like very main, like this is sort of what I expect almost any hog to do, right? But as the game develops, like sometimes you want to look for something a little less obvious, like waiting here, let's say, fighting over here. Maybe we look for this Lucio. Lucio's love to boop on this map, right? We see him, we can't go to him. This guy's really bad at hog, I think. And in the back of our mind, we're thinking, okay, our Widow just lost the Widow duel. Is there a way to maybe push everyone back so that we can get in range of Widow and start threatening her, right? Good job looking for the Moira and not the hog. Right? Kind of with any tank, we can play into the other tank, but it's really to look for something else, like maybe to bait a support into getting too close, or blowing a cooldown or something, and then we go on them, right? The important thing is like you limit the other tank kind of, but we're looking for literally anyone else. Here I have 2 dead. It's an even fight, right? I would honestly be thinking about using my ult. We're up now, so now it's kind of stasis, right? But these guys are really annoying, right? So maybe in this time while we're up, maybe we look for a rotation over here, see if we can catch this Widow hard scoped. Even if it's like not explicitly our job, we need to think about if we can solve problems for our team. And this Widow on their team is kind of a problem, right? Good play. I like this part the best. And then I would be looking to keep going into their Widow. I don't mind the awareness, like, oh, I need to deal with this behind. Could take on a Lucio. like this. I'd probably be more focused on this back here. But it's not bad. I'd probably be just trying to take cover. Hello, mechanics. I love that you hooked the hog. He really doesn't know how to play this map against the hog. I guess that's a Winston, but hooking him after jump, great decision. Pushing up too. So pretty solid. Didn't die. Not really any notes. Other than just a couple moments you need to be thinking, especially on Illios, like the ruins map you're about to go to, really strong for Widow. So I'd be a little more worried, and not as good for Hog. That's that's one of the best Hog maps in the game. That map. But I would be maybe even thinking of switching off Hog going into this. So the changes they make going in here is the Echo and the Orisa, and this is going to give you a lot of problems. And Moira too, because now they're way less static, right? So it's harder to find an obvious hook target. We can look for Echo after she's used her boost, or she's like diving on someone else. Same with Lucio, and we can look for Moira. But hooking Orisa is generally going to just be kind of bad for us unless we have a bunch of people with us to help, but we don't have that much damage, right? We got Widow and we got Sombra. And the main problem, if we just look, is like we're shooting Orisa gold. We just took, what is that, 500 damage? Orisa undamaged. Yeah? We see that she golds early, right? And she uses her spin like immediately. So really, we should have been just playing this like maybe poking her and just taking cover. She's gonna just chase after us like a truck. So we want her to chase us away from the rest of our team, away from our ERE especially. Right, you're just never gonna kill her. Right. We didn't even get her armor. Like, we just generated no pressure here. So instead, let's look back. What's going on over here? These guys. So we needed to find a way, like, either around the Orisa or back off from her. Like, to maybe help her Widow. I bet there was a chance to do that. Well, they flank like pretty good here. But we certainly could have come around here and looked for a hook on one of these guys. Yeah. We're just kind of damaging the person who's like the worst at damage and has a bunch of cooldowns to survive it, right? We really don't want to fight her. She does way more damage to us at range. Like the kind of range we want to hook at. She can interrupt our heals, right? So I think Diva's a good swap here. Really strong in Orisa, and the reason she's strong in Orisa is she's more mobile. She can go on people who are all separated, and Orisa can't peel her off, right? And then also you can go back on Orisa and do a shitload of damage to her if you know she doesn't have gold, and especially if you know she doesn't have spin. So we kind of want to look for a micro on some sort of squishy. Take a high ground, see if there's anyone we can go on that's separated from the Orisa, and also just keep track. And once she's used gold, if she's a little low health, then we jump on her. So instead, we're kind of just going back and forth, right? Like, what have we accomplished in this time? Right? We're really just shooting her. I don't think you even know where anyone else is. And you see how you just can't kill her, right? And part of that is you're coming at her. Like if we look at it from her perspective, you're coming at her from these long distances, right? And we lose mech over it. Oh, we're gonna go back a bit. What was the thing to do here? Well, first of all, we probably wanted to check on our team. Right, we boost forward. Most of our team is back here. We're in like a 2v3. Right? And you boost here. We're not going to do anything at this range without a boost. We need to get close to them to do damage. Probably take cover and just see what the heck is going on. Yeah. And maybe we think about forcing point and walking down this way. Or getting behind the Orisa, boosting around here. We'd have to make sure to matrix your javelin and trying to get on this Moira, who doesn't have help. Yeah, kind of like that. Couldn't matrix that. We're kind of going here and like, again, she wants to hold here. That's fine. She's really immobile, right? We probably wanted to clear it this way. Shoot the Sombra when she's hacking so she can't hack. Or just start, forcing objective and walking. She doesn't have gold. If she decides to push now, then you kill her. You're kind of pushing her with her gold up, and you do so little damage to her. Right? She can javelin you. Right? Even in baby diva form, we're just running at the tank. I think as a baby, you should be looking like back here. But again, you're really looking for like these guys. As a baby, like try to get a long sight line and try to get a corner you can peek to really try and get your mech. And don't be afraid to back off, right? I don't mind that you die because the rest of your team died. But just in general. You gotta be thinking Orisa probably ult. And part of this is, there's a bit on your team. Because they're kind of giving up these like easy shots to the Widow. But the other reason that that's happening is just like, we keep on pushing down this lane, this corridor into a bunch of Orisa spam. So we're like taking a lot more damage than we can possibly do. It's just a bad value proposition. And really, we should be looking, we need to figure out where the Widow is, and we're kind of making plans for how to push her, because, like, other than Sombra, we're the best person at dealing with that, right? And we know this Lucio also has been kind of, like, feeding in our backline, and maybe we can support our Reaper up here. And this space, like, Orisa can't do anything if you go up here, right? Oh my god. Oh, never mind. Who's that? Oh, that's Sombra, huh? So what's kind of happening over and over is like we're walking at a tank at a distance where we're like trade really badly. So we're losing a bunch of health. Our supports are like coming forward to try and help us with that. And they're walking into like hard Lucio, Sombra flanks, and Widow line of sight, right? So we need to be thinking a little like, it's almost like you have a tail attached to you, and that's your team. And we need to kind of protect our tail a bit more. Again, we don't know where our team is when we boost in. So this is like a 1v5. Well, 1v3. Right? And we're just dealing with the Orisa. This stuff is happening behind us. Like this Widow would be a super easy kill if we'd been on it a little more. So I think we're kind of done with this map, right? So it's just a prioritization thing. I think it's like looking at their team and figuring out, well, who am I actually looking for? Like, who do I really the most want to keep track of? And that's going to be Widow. That's going to be listening for Sombra to maybe help with that. And if Moira fades, we're going to go at her, right? Little priorities list so that way you can just react really fast. And we're not even going to touch point here. Oh yeah, I'm still on the old map. Here we go. So let's look at this one. Went a little better. Okay, fine. We force out the Sombra. Sombra's a great matchup for D.Va. If we just always shoot her, like she can't hack us. She has us when we matrix, and if we see where she goes, it's worth it to just spy check. Because if you knock her out of stealth, like on her teleport, she's like out of the fight, or you can just go kill her. Because she won't have her translocator up, and so as long as she keeps on taking damage, even if it's like max range, like your shotguns don't do any damage, but their hit scan, you can just really, really mess her up, right? And again, your problem is like we're just going at this Orisa and we're not clearing the rest of the map. Right? Again, just taking a lot of damage, right? She has gold, you're not gonna kill her yet. Now you can kill her. Right? So the thing to do would have been to maybe whack with Matrix, and when she golds, we just go somewhere else. We go up here, let's say. This is kind of a good spot. We also want to get like kind of to the side, or preferably kind of above, so that they have to like walk under us, right? Not just because we can draw down on like this Moira, or clear these guys who are isolated up here, because their supports are Lucio Moira, so they can't go up to high ground. But also, we can just see things better, yeah. So right idea, a little slow. Now we hold this. And we just like, we really just kind of yeeted into right in front of their tank again. We should have held here like a little longer. Let's see what happens if we're just looking. So we go in this. Okay, they're dead. Right idea. If we just come here and look for a sec. So if we held our space here, we could matrix the Orisa if we're worried about her walking. But we could do that from up here. And if we just dropped behind her and then microed, we'd hit all our micros on this Moira. Dropping here like this, we'd just miss them all. And we're not really taking the Orisa out of the fight so much. Like, he's turning to shoot us. But again, we're just like damaging the Orisa, but the Moira can heal her, yeah. And also versus this, really important to eat the Moira heal orbs. Damage, not quite as important, but always the heal orbs. Especially if she fades away, we can anticipate that. Stick a Matrix on her, eat her heal orb, and she has no healing, and we just kill her. She's a really easy pick on D.Va. Especially because her like hitbox is really bad. These guys, the read here, I see the Sombra behind them. I'd probably walk a bit. The other read you could make is I've stuffed these guys in their hole. It's going to be really hard to push this Orisa further because you'll get like a spear or spin. I'm going to go help on point. Yeah. We could Matrix maybe to help our Sombra, but she's out, right? So she's out. We got gold burned. We go back to point, see what's going on there, I think. This is fine. It's fine, but you're gonna take a lot of damage, yeah. So, what I was talking about before, that mental list. Now they're on Echo, so we want to eat her sticky orbs. We want to try to eat Javelin. We want to try to eat Healing Orb. We want to try to eat Virus. If we hear Sombra and we kind of know where she's at, we might want to go Peel. And at least force her to translocate, ideally cancel it. If we see Echo fly, and we see where she's going to land, then we push her. Because then she can't get away, right? If we see Moira fade, we go on her, eat the Healing Orb. If we see Orisa blow gold, we go on something else and then shoot her after it, right? Lucio, it's kind of like if we think we can kill him, he's not the best dive target, right? I'm glad you pulled back. I don't know what the Matrix was about. I would absolutely not land a boost in here versus what they have. Unless I knew I could kill something. And then I'd be landing by the Mega, but it's hacked. I'd probably like boost, circle, and then float up. If you point up right before it ends or you cancel it, you kind of float a little and you can land on high ground. But you could have had your boost to chase down this Sombra probably. And this boost is really bad. You don't want to blind boost like this and land in a place where you're just in the middle of their team. You're going to take a shitload of damage. You take more if they're so smart. You Javelin, you're in the back. Unless you're like truly in cleanup, you really don't want to land your boost in the middle of people. You want to land by cover and on the outside, so only a few people can shoot you, and you can like hide from most damage, right? You need to control the damage coming into you. And we really miss the Echo spamming us. And again, she's probably like, right now, their DPS are the easiest targets. They're probably what you need to focus on, just shutting down what they can do. You can Matrix almost all of their damage, both of them. So I'd be looking to do that and control the map, rather than just trying to kill this Orisa. Right? She has the cooldowns. She has gold, she has spin. Like, her health is larger. It's just like, if you think about, you do, 200 DPS, something like that. It's going to matter a lot more when someone's health is like 250 than when someone's like, their health is like, what is Orisa's health right now? 625, and like half of that's armor, right? It puts out way more pressure. So we like, we're on a back foot, we get damage, and then we just turn our back on all these DPS, and they just like all wail on you, right? And yeah, that's the big danger with Echo, is like, if we're half health, we can't block her beam. It's kind of like a skill matchup. Let's go into this. Right, so we, let's go a little back. See this? We boost. This is a fine boost because you end right by cover. Well, ooh, almost. I would look to probably end either here or here. But ending here, then we probably could Matrix and take some more space. I like that you go on a squishy. I think this game is really clear in terms of like when you go on squishies, you win fights. This bomb, don't think it's that good of a decision. Why? Because the biggest value of bomb is you get a whole new health pool, you get a new set of cooldowns, you get full matrix. And you don't really see anyone, like if you saw Moira fade on a point, let's say, or they risk a backup on a point, you'd be more sure to get value from this bomb. But yeah, there's a lot of things that can cancel your ult, like Sombra especially, and Orisa Javelin. You eat both of them. Right, so now we've actually kind of killed ourselves. And if they're smart and had focused you, it would have turned out kind of worse. Should have killed you there or had you there too. Oh, use an insane amount of ults to win the fight because their tank's dead. I like that you default to Matrix here. Again, with micros, think of them like your kill shot. Like, if you can hit all of them, you can kill someone. So we just were a little early there. We boost away from this. Right? We're just kind of not damaging anyone in particular enough to kill them. I think you guys win this next one, right? We go on Moira and get paid, fine. We go on her, fine. We got gold forced. Just damaging Orisa. We got away with that. You should not have. But hey, it works out. Again, like the decision making here. Forcing out Sombra is good. We could have just, I don't know if we really needed a boost. We could have just shot her. Orisa's gold. We look for literally anyone else. Sombra over here. Lucio. Probably we boost into Sombra and land here. This is what I'm talking about. So now these guys can't damage you, right? We're controlling our angles. Or we could have boosted like around into Sombra and then ended here to get the health pack. So like she clears our AR8 like right by us, but we don't notice because we're so focused on his tank. She really should have hit that javelin. I like that you matrix your cast there. We need to be thinking a little like, okay, shit, like they're coming in. We have the point. We're gonna be high ground. And we just let the Orisa kind of go. Maybe we shoot her, but really we're looking to come under and catch the Moira who's like looking forward at her, right? Or we see like somebody cloak on point, something like that, we go on her. See Echo fly and land like over there, we go on her. We even hear her, right? I like that you force out the Sombra there. We heard her fly, right? Where'd she go? We can kill that. A little better mechanics we could have. We go back to height. Yeah, see, we're kind of like giving all this space. You want to echo? Great. Kill Moira, great. Kill the Orisa. We had to hear that, right? And here, this situation. So we're at 85. If we get a kill or two, we win. Right? So, either we come way up and start just fighting them without feeding. We fall back to like the mega or to high ground or something like that. But we're really just trying to get them to spend all their resources before they even get to point. By just kind of putting a hard hold as we can, like up here. Right? Like we get Echo to use her flight even, like that's huge. She's not gonna be able to go in a fight. Or if you want to be more passive, we're spy checking for Sombra because she's on the map. Since we have unlimited ammo and spread and hit scan, we're really good at that, right? We're just kind of giving them basically a route to the point for free. And we go back. Good kill. Shane at Ayari with that ult, I would be looking to matrix her when she does that, just to make sure she doesn't die. Wait, end her boost right next to it. We're gonna lose mech. We're probably gonna die here. Oh my god, we didn't. We could be matrixing someone here. And again, we're really focused on this Orisa, and she's low, I get it. But meanwhile, they echoed, like, killed our whole team, right? And it's because we, like, blind boosted here. The ult's fine. We remech. Oh my god, the baby would have been a better target for you to shoot than a Sarissa. I gotta be real. But also, damn. That's unlucky. No, we're just gonna die. So yeah, I think the main thing is that just think about, like, if you shoot the tank, just force some resources. It limits what they do. If Orisa doesn't have gold, she can't push as much, right? But they're the hardest to target on the field to kill. And so your damage, it doesn't generate as much pressure as it would. Like 100 damage on a tank is kind of nothing. 100 damage on a Sombra or an Echo or Lucio or a Moira, like that's almost half their health, right? So it's always like, if we're gonna shoot the tank, we're looking for something better to do. You should always be thinking about it. And I think that's the main thing that you can improve on to climb a bit more. So let me know if you have questions. All right.